The Season 1 Black Ops 6 hitlist event gave us a new weapon in the Sirin 9mm. Even though I don't think we actually hit the required goal, we got it anyway. But that's a conversation for another day. The Sirin is listed as a special weapon for the secondary slot, and is kind of a cross between an SMG and a pistol. The question remains, is it any good? That's what we're going to find out. Let's do it. We're going to start out with the most important stat of any weapon, the time to kill. The Sirin has 4 damage range values, just like all the other SMGs. It'll do a whopping 30 damage at its effective range of 0 to 7 meters, and it'll only be a 4-shot kill at this range with a time to kill of 360 milliseconds, making it the worst in the SMG category and pistol category. Its mid-range 1 damage is 26 between 7.1 and 16.6 meters, and it will still only be a 4-shot kill at this range with a time to kill of 360 milliseconds. This moves it up to second worst in the area for SMGs, just ahead of the PP919, and second best for the pistols. Its mid-range 2 damage is 21 at ranges between 16.7 and 23.5 meters. It'll be a 5-shot kill at this range with a time to kill of 480 milliseconds, making it the second worst SMG at this range in terms of time to kill, and second worst pistol. Lastly, its beyond effective range damage is 17 at ranges beyond 23.5 meters. It'll only be a 6-shot kill at this range with a time to kill of 600 milliseconds, making it the worst SMG in terms of time to kill at this range by far, and the second worst in the pistol category, just ahead of the GS45. So strictly based off damage numbers and time to kill range values, the Sirin looks like an absolute trash can. But stats aren't everything. Let's move on to the recoil. As you can see, the recoil is pretty heavy in terms of vertical recoil, but it has very small horizontal recoil, making the Sirin very easy to control. When you get the vertical foregrip unlocked, I suggest putting it on as the recoil becomes much more manageable. Overall, for a fully auto secondary weapon, the recoil is quite good and should be easy to control for most players. Moving on to the mobility stats, the Sirin definitely moves like an SMG and pistol combined, and the mobility stats are very similar. Base movement speed is 5.1 meters per second, which would be tied for the worst of the SMGs and pistols. Sprint movement speed is 6.7 meters per second, which is right in the middle for SMGs and tied for the worst of the pistols. The aim walking speed is 3.6 meters per second, which is right in the middle of the SMGs again, and the worst of the pistols. So based on mobility, the Sirin isn't particularly good at anything, but also not terrible. There are better options in SMGs and pistols, but how's the handling? The base reload speed is 2.76 seconds, which is right in the middle of the SMG category and worst of the pistols. The empty reload speed is 3.3 seconds, which is the third best in the SMG category and worst of the pistols. The ADS speed is 200 milliseconds, which is actually the second best of the SMGs and tied for the worst in the pistol category. The sprint to fire speed is 130 milliseconds, which is right in the middle of the SMG category and worst of the pistols. Lastly, the slide to fire speed is 320 milliseconds, which is the same for all of the SMGs and would be the worst in the pistol category. So handling, also not great. Is this thing good at anything? The numbers don't lie. The Sirin, long story short, is dog shit. Damage-wise, it will compete with some of the pistols and not the SMGs, but the mobility and handling are worse, so is it really worth the trade-off to run the Sirin over a pistol? That's up to you. If it were me, I'd much rather run a normal pistol like the 9mm PM or the GS45. Is there a good build for the Sirin? There's very few attachments for the Sirin, so there's really only one build you can use. If you want to see the most success, you're going to want to run the long barrel, vertical foregrip, and extended mag, with the optic being totally up to you. I like the iron sights personally. The Sirin is for sure one of the worst guns in the game, without a doubt. What do you guys think? Is the Sirin the absolute worst in Black Ops 6 right now? Let me know in the comments, and if you're still here, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. We'll chat then.